What's good, y'all? It's that boy, Easy Millions, and I'm your host of that boy, ETV. You already know, man. We are back on Marvel Rivals, and woo! You know, I was gonna come out and create a video saying I spoke too soon because of the first topic I want to get into, but I think it was just kind of temporary. But I was gonna say that the first thing I want to talk about is the effects of the no reset are still lingering in rank right now. And what I mean by this is a lot of people feel like since rank didn't get a reset at last season, the previous, the midway reset, that there are a lot of people that ended up getting up to ranks that they normally shouldn't have been at, right? Well, the reset, all it did, not only did people get there that shouldn't be there, you have a lot of people Smurf accounts that also got up into high ranks, even sometimes those top ranks as Smurf. So remember that. So now you have two accounts both in high ranks, right? Now when the reset happened, now the players who shouldn't be there are still lingering within the ranks because they just got reset with everyone else. And now the people who play enough but then be like, okay, I just want to go play on my Smurf and not care, they're already in the higher ranks to start off with. So I do think that the effects of the no reset are still lingering a little bit, because I have started noticing even more things like hard picking 5 DPS or 4 DPS a lot lately. I've been coming in and usually it's 4 DPS being straight up picked, and it's just me and another healer. Now recently, me personally, I went ahead and been starting to play DPS, and I'm going to get into the reason why that is. And that's because of the new rank system and how it works. After playing for a while and noticing things and playing all three roles, the tank, the DPS, and the strategist role, the main thing that the rank system values, because right now when you play rank, even when you win, not everyone on the team ends up winning the same amount of points. So how is it that you end up being one of those people with the highest amount of points being won, right? Well, the rank system, the thing I noticed that it values the most is going to be final hits, all right? Final hits is going to be what rank system values the most when it determines who gets the most points at the end of the match. Now, this system, in my opinion, is flawed simply because if you value final hits over everything else, I'm going to give two examples. The first example is if you play like I play Penny Parker, right? If I have my defenses set up with my nest set down with mines, and the thing walks in, right? The thing walks in, he gets hit by all my mines, and I get him down to, 100 health, right? And then let's say once he's down to 100 health, my DPS character comes in and finishes him off, right? Well, that DPS guy just got the final hit, not me. But the rank system is going to value his final hit more than the 95% damage that I applied for him to get the final hit. So that's the first way it's flawed, right? And then the second way it's flawed is this. When I'm playing DPS, if you play DPS correctly, there's a good chance that if you're paying attention to low health bars, that you can go and steal a final hit from somebody. I've been playing Wanda or Scarlet Witch a lot lately, and I've noticed that the best way to play is kind of like going through the back line, diving the back line, going after the squishies, right? So when I'm going around, I'm looking for low health bars. And then when I see one, I'm like, okay, boom, let's attack. Now, I might not have actually got that person low damage, but I'm going to go in and get the final hit because the rank system is going to value that. Now, is it fair that I get all this value because I'm getting the final little bit of damage and not the person actually putting out the damage. So I do think that the rank system needs to be somewhat adjusted, because right now the DPS is the best role when it comes to the rank system, because DPS allows you the easiest way to acquire final hits. As a strategist, you're going to have issues acquiring final hits because, one, that's not your job. You're not really meant to go out and do that. Tanks, you might have trouble sometimes with certain tanks, and because, you know, you're more designed to do space and just put out damage but not necessarily finish kills. And then you have certain DPS kind of fall short, because I'll just give an example. Like, if you have a Squirrel Girl who has a lot of area damage, splash damage, right? There's a chance that a lot of Squirrel Girl's final kills can get snatched up just simply because, you know, she's laying out all the splash damage, doing all the work, and then her teammate comes in and finishes it off. So with the way that it works, it just seems weird to me that final hits is the main thing that they worry about. I do think they need to tweak the rank system a little bit to where it kind of values you based off the role you're playing. But I know this is impossible since people can just swap roles in mid game. So how can you can't really do it based off that? But right now, I'm telling you, final hits is the main thing that the rank system values. When I'm playing DPS, because I've been playing Scarlet Witch a lot as DPS, I'm really enjoying her. And as you can see in the background, I've been doing my thing with her, right? It's crazy that final hits is what they value, because when you're playing something, again, like strategist, you're not out here trying to get kills. You're not out here, you know, oh shit, I see a low health bar, let me go get that. And then do we even want to encourage our strategists to now, you know, go out and hunt for final kills? You know, are we not going to value their healing as much as we do final hits? Which is kind of weird to me. You know, like, there's a whole shield blocking. Like, are we going to have the fact that tanks are supposed to, you know, take space and eat up some of the damage and block some of the damage for the team? You have that stat up there. Does that not matter at all? Sometimes it's hard for tanks to finish some kills. You know what I mean? So even with the tanks, as a DPS player, you have a firm advantage going into the rank system, whether you win or lose, because you can lose and still have high final hits, which guarantees that when you lose, you're losing probably the least amount on the team, just simply because you have a lot of final hits. Now, even though you have a lot of final hits, does this mean that you were doing what you're supposed to do and the team just failed around you? That's possible. But, you know, I'm not really 100% sure how that works, because I had a game where I'm the SVP, but I did notice that even though I had high final hits, that my healers just got completely out healed. Like, I think the team had a 35 and like a 21k. I had a 29k, and the next highest was 10. So yeah, we got thoroughly out healed. So that's probably why we lost. So I would assume that if you are doing your thing, getting high final hits as a DPS, most likely you're gonna go out and win the game, man. But just so y'all know, man, final hits again is what the rank system values the most. So let me know how y'all feel about that. Do y'all think it should be something else? Do y'all agree that final hits is the best way for the rank to determine who gets the most points? Or do y'all think we should figure out a way to go ahead and tweak it, man? Let me know down in the comments to get the conversation started, man. But I'm going to leave y'all off with the rest of this gameplay in the background, and I hope y'all enjoy that, man. But as always, please like, comment, subscribe, follow, share, become a supporter, and catch me streaming on Facebook Gaming and Twitch at that boy ETV. Now, catch you on the next one. I'm out. Peace.
Judge, jury, execution!